Hello, people. Hello. It has been a minute, but we are back. Square one. The first square one of the new year, 2021. Two of my regular partners in crime are in the house. That would be Mr. Anzo and
What's
Mr.
up?
Alberto, aka Mendizzle. How y'all fellas doing today?
Doing
Much
good,
love.
doing good.
Glad to be back, man. Lost track of time not being on this show.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Danny asked me yesterday, what time is the show? I'm like 3. And then when I sent it to Josh, he was like, oh, it's early. So I'm like, okay, I guess it was 4. My bad.
Like 3, I don't remember it being early, but
I know we run into right about supper time. That's what I knew. So if we were doing 3-hour shows, it's possible, but that's OOC.
Yeah, exactly.
And he runs his shit on point.
Hey, we're trying to say I don't run my shit on point?
No? Hey, hey, listen, either way, I'm happy. I don't mind doing that extra hour because we're just fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just messing.
I know you're messing with me.
Sometimes that'll be a bit too hot for me. But
yeah, man.
Definitely a dynamite show. Today we're gonna be talking about, of course, NFL, NBA. There's gonna be a lot of sad people tomorrow because I don't know what the bets are, but I'm pretty sure people are gonna be betting on Mr. Brady. I know some people, probably Josh is coming on later. Probably got his toes and fingers crossed, wanting Brady to go there to the Super Bowl. I know somebody else who don't want Brady to go to the Super Bowl that should be coming on later on too. But all I can say, he better hope he don't go, because if he goes, he's gonna be in trouble for about 6 months.
I wonder why, Danny. Why is he gonna be in trouble?
Hey, all I said was that you can't discount Brady because he is the GOAT. It pains me to say that because I'm not a Brady fan, but sometimes you just gotta say what you speak the truth.
Is Chris coming on today?
He's coming on.
Oh, that's gonna be nice, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? 8-8.
Don't let him win tomorrow, because that means I win our little gentleman's wager we had.
Yep.
So, boy, whew, I'm conflicted and I'm torn, man, because I want Aaron Rodgers to go and win, but then I want Brady to go so I can go off on Chris. So
I will say this. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo.
Let's see who's in the chat now. Who's in the chat. What's up, Poe? Good to see you.
What
Garrett
up, Poe?
27. What's up? Mad Mama Bear Doll. Hey,
What
boys.
up,
and
Mama?
Nicholas Rogue. Hi, guys. Larry King died today. Yeah, my wife told me.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yeah, Larry King died. And I think Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron died yesterday.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 minute.
Yeah. So rest in peace to those guys that died. And I see Matt Mardigan is doing a show at the same time. He's supposed to be on here with us, but it is what it is. Hey, you down there. Stop looking at your phone, bro. Who you texting over there, right?
I'm trying to find. I wasn't subscribed to Danny, so if he notices now, I am subscribed.
Hey, you weren't subscribed to Danny?
No, I tell you, man, I'm not to touch with this. You have to, we keep talking, but it never really happens. So no, I am
subscribed to me.
Down. Oh shit! Are you funny?
I'm just asking.
You don't know? You can't know who subscribed to you?
You can, but sometimes I go and check it out, and it's like, okay, it doesn't always show everybody who is.
Yeah, I'm subscribed. I don't know if you're following my shit, but yeah.
I'll have to kick this guy from the show then.
You guys are giving me too much pressure being the only one seen. What's going on?
Don't worry about it, bro. The women come here to watch you, not us.
Yeah. You're funny. You're funny. I don't know if there's multiple of me here, but I see boys. Right, Mama Bear?
Yeah. It's
I'm new to this. And I appreciate you guys bringing me along. You know, hopefully
don't worry
I
about
go
it,
very
bro.
soon.
You
Where'd Danny go?
I have no idea. He said he would be right back, and he has all the topics. Okay. Josh is in the house. What up,
Mr. Josh? What's going on?
Ooh, long ass day, man. I'm here. Really? Ready to talk some sports, man.
This is
Good
it.
job.
Yeah.
You're on the right show if you're ready to talk some sports.
I was speeding too. I took a page out of your book, Roberto, and I had some. Then I saw.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
I know. I saw somebody in front of me that was very elderly, and I was trying to pass him, but there's neither. You know what I mean?
The question is, were they in the wrong lane?
There's only one lane. This was in town.
Then they're in the wrong lane. Park your shit up, man. You're not in a hurry. Park your shit and do some sightseeing. Let me get on my way.
I do have one thing else. It's kind of off topic. I finally found, you guys will appreciate this. I finally found, it's right there in my speedometer, the kilometers per hour. It says it right there. 100 kilometers. I was like, oh shit, that's what Anzo and Roberto were talking about.
That's kind of funny. Right there. Shit.
Well, yeah, most cars have kilometers on.
Yeah,
you can switch it.
Yeah,
I never noticed it before. I just looked. I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
We're Canadianizing Josh. Good job.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll be ready for.
No, because I ain't going to no damn Celsius, and I ain't going to no kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is, and I ain't trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're next, Danny. Don't worry, you're next. You gotta bring Danny here on a day like today, Roberto.
Oh fuck no!
Wait a second.
Well, you know it does get colder than this,
you
right?
know, when you can't even see the mercury on the thermostat. Why the hell I want to go somewhere like that?
Because you get to wear jackets that look good. That you see some people wearing these jackets. You're like, wow, them jackets look good. I'll never get a chance to wear it.
Wait. We talk about.
I know Daddy ain't saying shit like that.
We talk about football on the show, and they use yards. You guys don't even have those over there. You guys have, what do you have, like meters or kilometers or whatever?
No, we still call them yards.
Yeah,
football,
okay.
Football is football. You're tough. You're tough, Josh.
All right. Well, we already been on for
the states are backwards.
About 8 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and get on with the first question of the show, which is NBA related. And the first question is, can Steph will Golden State to the finals, and can he get another MVP? Steph Curry will Golden State to the finals, and can he get another MVP?
Let me say this before I say anything. Daddy, you and this Steph Curry guy, boy. You and Steph Curry. Yeah,
Let me ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
Is their style of basketball is it exciting to you, yes or no?
No.
Come on now. Come on.
It's the way of the league.
No, because I don't care about three-pointers. That's all I do is three-pointers. The only difference between Steph and everybody else is he hits a shitload of them. But no, 3-point, that's not the game I like.
He does take it to the rim occasionally, and when he does, it's nice.
Yeah, sometimes. But
how tall is he?
Maybe 6'1".
He's short. Not short for a point guard, but he's short for an NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Denver. That's similar to Dallas. Their style. They were just like threes.
I've always liked the fast-paced running gun, Lakers Showtime, Golden State. I like that style of ball. I prefer a faster-paced game than the half-court game.
I prefer defense and blocks and stuff like that. I'm a defensive guy. I've always been. So that's why I used to like the Pistons and then the Knicks and the Spurs, defensive teams that like to get stops. And so
I can deal with both on this. I don't like the rough, like how Detroit was rough.
I love that shit.
That's fucking football. That's
I
football.
love
I don't want
that
to see
shit.
football on the hard court.
Oh, and Dennis, when Dennis Rodman pushed Scottie Pippen in that playoffs, I was like, yes.
No,
Anzo, this isn't the league for you then, man, because all these scores are 122 to 130.
Yeah, I know.
That shows you that there ain't no defense being played.
And I'll tell you this: I haven't watched the game yet this year.
But I kind of feel where Anzo's coming from because,
man, you're no NBA fan.
A lot of times I'm watching the first quarter of a game and I'm seeing a very bad shooting percentage because everybody's trying to be Steph Curry and they're not. Everybody's shooting threes now, and maybe if you come. Sorry, yeah, of course it's on the coach. You're right, Danny, but it's losing some viewers like me who like that kind of game that you were mentioning. Where it's going up and down, but a lot of people are touching the ball, not just the open guy standing up top is shooting all the time.
Yeah, must be
but if it is Curry, I like it.
I think the Celtics touch the ball all the time. Utah, and if you're watching Brooklyn now, Brooklyn is playing fantastic ball. So I mean,
didn't they lose to the
Cavs?
Got
spanked by the Cavs 2 in a row. Two in a row.
They lost the Cavs. Some teams, for whatever reason, gonna have your number. You ain't gonna always understand it. Like I never understood how Miami always seemed to have New England.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. What Chris is doing, I need to get my thing with my car going, so I can be here when I'm driving.
You better keep your eyes on that road. He's looking at us.
You guys are right there. The road's right here. I don't have to look at you to
Chris.
talk.
It's only because we're worried, man. It's only because we're worried.
We say something egregious about the Chiefs. He's like, "Oh shit,
motherfucker, you fucking asshole!"
I tell you what,
good.
StreamYard must be home. Office must be in Kansas City because you got the best StreamYard connection I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think I'd be cut off like with the roads that we have. Sometimes I'd lose GPS signal, so I think I'd be able to do that.
I get pretty good signal in most places, but there's some places it just drops. But yeah, like for instance, when I was going to get my kid on our night shows, like there's one spot that I would always drive through that it'd just drop out and you guys would go robotic and I wouldn't hear you for like 30 seconds. So, but it's pretty good. So
since you just came on, our first question was, can Steph, we are going to say it to the finals and can he get another MVP?
Can he? Will they? They could. Can he get another MVP? Yes. It's going to be a lot tougher. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I don't want to say easy. That's not the right word to use. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a guarantee. So I mean, yeah, he can for sure.
I don't think he got a chance of winning them to the finals without Klay Thompson. Him and Draymond ain't enough. They got to have Klay. Klay is going to be out for the season. Now, if they get Klay, they can get one more person off the bench, someone that's reliable. I say they might get a chance. But right now, as they're presently constructed, they don't have a snowball chance of hell of going to the finals.
Well, that's the
Lakers?
thing.
Nope.
Now he might be. Now, if he keep up the pace he's shooting now, he can get MVP again. Because I think in 2 games he scored 97 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the two of those, the more probable is MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, it's not the same NBA that it was 3 years ago, where it was Golden State's to lose. A lot's changed over the past 3 years, and I know what was it? Was it last year or 2 years ago that they pretty much fell apart in the finals? Was it last year in the bubble that they fell apart?
No, before then, because Kevin Durant got hurt, and then
That was Toronto.
So I mean,
Klay Thompson got hurt too, so that knocked them out right there.
Chris, when you say a lot's changed, you just mean the paradigm of now it's not the Warriors that are the super team, now it's the Lakers and the Nets. Not like
there's other teams that have shown up.
Right now, it's constructed. Brooklyn is the super team because they got 3 All-Stars. No other team has 3 All-Stars I'm aware of.
Yeah,
and Golden State in their heyday had 4 All-Stars. So
but you see, The Nets, I'll be interested to see if they can get everybody to work together, because the thing with superstars. What was that?
Those were just
next question, so don't get too deep into that.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'll just but no, I think it's more probable he'll get an MVP. Championship isn't out of the question. I mean, hey, they got a decent team still, and if things break their way, they still could. I don't think that's as probable as him getting MVP, though.
No. I think that's the best chance he has, is getting MVP. Other than that, they're not going anywhere.
I agree.
Okay.
That's what you had to say, Roberto?
I agree, yeah. I mean, they have an up-and-coming center. That kid is supposedly going to be a lot in the future, but right now, I don't see it happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Question number 2. Does this move assure the Nets a finals appearance? Does this move, with the acquisition of James Harden, does it assure the Nets a finals appearance?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Those 2 losses you saw were just hiccups. It's the regular season. They will adjust. They will be consistent, and they will be very irritating to me.
You also got to remember now that last loss to Cleveland, that was Kyrie's first return back, if I'm not mistaken, right, Josh?
Which one?
When he lost to Cleveland. He had just come back.
Do you want to give my crazy white boy statement now?
And I'm not too keen on Kyrie. Go ahead. Say it again, Chris.
So do you want me to give my crazy white boy statement now or later?
Go right ahead.
Give it now.
It's basketball, so I mean, hey, I'll give it here. I don't think they're going to gel enough to get there. I think they're going to implode somewhere in the playoffs. I really do. I don't think they're going to make it.
Really? You don't think they're going to make the playoffs?
No, I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll implode in the playoffs.
Really?
Listen, you get these 3 guys together and stuff starts going bad, they're going to start pointing fingers. They're going to start.
I think that Durant. I think Durant and Harden are going to sit together. I think Kyrie going to implode and fuck up because he's not dependable.
Well, and however it happens,
but I think those 2 are strong enough. I think they're strong enough by themselves to go to the finals.
Well, Kyrie, he can be like his disruptive self and still score a bunch of threes, which is what he's going to do. If he just stays in the corner and scores those threes, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's not going to, they're not going to have a physical fight. These guys are friends too. They'll get together, and I think Steve Nash, I trust him. He's going to get it together, basketball mind. And here's Chris. This is what I'll ask you. I'll be more specific. Who's going to beat them? Who's going to stop?
That's the question.
And as a Celtics fan, diehard Celtics fan, I'm going to say I love the way the Celtics are playing, but it's not going to be them. It's not going to be. They already beat the Bucks. They already made.
Yeah.
Well, another question too is, because to go on what Chris said, didn't they kind of have to gut their bench to get Harden?
Yeah.
So they got rid of a lot of good players. So
this is the nuclear option to get a finals team. I mean, if they don't get to the finals, if they don't win a final in the next, I think it is 3 years, they're screwed after that. Once these guys are gone, they have to rebuild from scratch.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll beat the Lakers, though. That's a whole other issue. If they'll beat the Lakers, that's a whole. Are they good enough? Them? That's a big question. Hanzo, I would ask you, because I don't know. That I think that will be a really good series if they, do what I think they're going to do, and it'll be the Lakers and Nets. I think they can go 7 games or whatever. But
I don't think they have enough to beat the Lakers.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
I'm doing it again, Roberto. Yes, I am giving the Lakers the freaking champion.
Are you?
Yes.
You know
Wow.
playoff time isn't joke time. You know, if they might get it together and win all these regular season games, but that implosion that Danny and everybody was talking about, Chris was talking about, if it comes then when they're playing the Lakers and a proven team that's already won, that's when it's gonna fall apart, and they might not even make 7.
Well, the thing is, look, Kyrie already missing like days, and he's leaving, and you know what I mean, not telling the coaches where he's going. So he's already starting his shit. So no telling what's gonna happen when playoffs.
Well, there's another thing we're not taking into account. The whole where are we going to be by the time the playoffs come around when it comes to COVID? I mean, we don't even know that even. We don't even, I mean, because here's the thing. They have strict rules in place right now that if they do certain things that they can be benched or held out because of COVID, you know, whatever. There's a lot of things in this, and I mean, I'm like I said, I don't know where it's going to be by the time the playoffs come around. It may be completely different, but if they're still having these issues with the, you know, I mean, just people going out and doing what they want when they're not supposed to, or not telling them where they're going, all that stuff. We don't know what the NBA might tell them. I mean, there's a lot of factors.
The NBA made a rule to where they cannot leave their house anymore. NBA players cannot leave their house. When they go on vacation, go on the road, they can't leave their hotels.
I know, but the thing is if anybody breaks that rule, then I don't know what the penalty was, what they said that. But
I don't know what the penalty either.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of factors in this that could play into it with their type of personalities.
I agree, because listen, right now I'm pretty sure Kyrie is still the starting point guard, and he's the one controlling the ball. Can Harden continue to play like that, though? That's the question. You know, Harden's not the type of person that likes to play without the ball, you know?
Oh, yeah. You know, he carried – think about how many years he carried Houston for, though, you know? With, I mean, and when I say carried, I mean they didn't even make the finals, but they won all these regular season games.
Yeah.
But at least he doesn't have Mike D'Antoni in his ear. Steve Nash seems like he's going to be more basketball mindset and let them do their thing. And that's what I would say to Steve Nash. Let them do their thing. Don't get too involved. When you need to call a timeout, call.
No, finish what you're saying, Josh.
No, when you need to call a timeout, then do it, and don't overcoach the team and come in with all these crazy plays. And you have these 3 beasts. You have a tri-headed god. Just let them do their thing. And,
I think Kevin Durant and Kyrie already said they don't really need a coach, right? So,
yeah,
Steve Nash is probably just going to be there for
figurehead
managing the time. Yeah, figurehead of managing gameplay time. That's it.
Yeah. As a coach, in this case, all you want to do is just keep them focused on playing ball. You don't want you're just trying to keep them from imploding. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good players. They're going to get you points. They're going to play the game. It's just keeping them all on the same page and making sure nobody starts bitching about not getting the ball enough or not getting their spotlight. That's the hard part for the coach, is making sure they're all happy enough. They're not all going to be perfectly happy.
Yeah, that is correct. But at this point in time, especially in James Harden's situation, he should just be doing whatever he needs to do to win that chip. If that's what's important to him, and if the coach says, okay, you're going to play off of Kyrie and Kevin Durant, then you do what you got to do, because right now it seems like the most important thing for him is to win a chip. So if you want to win that chip so bad, then you're going to have to sacrifice your game. You just finally win. He's the only one out of the 3 that hasn't. So that's a good point, because they have their rings already. They have their experience already. So if he's behind, that's the only thing he has to do. Really, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else before we go to question 3?
They haven't played together yet, all three of them, right?
They did.
Two of
One or
them
two
did.
games. One or two games.
No,
Yeah.
I think didn't what's his name miss the game? Not Harden.
No, Kyrie came back like early this week.
Yeah. The
They
first
played one
game they
game.
played together was the Cleveland. They played against Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because Danny was like, "Oh, you're gonna watch that game? They're playing together." I'm like, "No, I don't give a shit. I don't care."
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You better start getting there, Anzo. You're gonna be in there all day, brother. All day.
What did he say?
I thought you were talking about when they were playing in OKC, those two, Harden and Durant. Because you said have they played together? I was like, I thought that's
because Durant didn't play last night.
Oh,
Durant didn't play last night. It was just Harden and Kyrie. So I'm wondering if all three of them played at the same time yet on that Brooklyn team.
Yeah, they had one game. Yeah, you're right. He didn't play last night because it was something. It was not load management, but injury management. You know, I don't think Kevin Durant's going to be playing much back to backs.
In a short nutshell, from me, I don't see them. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't see them doing a lot of damage. I see that Harden and Kyrie or Irving, they're just too similar.
Mm-hmm.
And they can pretend to like each other, but it's like putting two magnets together. You know, do you have that thing in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see them working.
Then I got to ask you the same question.
That at any given night can give you 30 points.
Right.
So you're looking at potentially 90 points right there with three people. I think that
it's a dangerous chemistry. Paper-wise, it's very dangerous, but you have a first-year coach managing them.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them, three are super prima donnas. So
your coach hasn't won a championship either, right?
If I was Nash, I would say, look, Kyrie's the most selfish out the three. So 2 nights out the week, we're gonna let him get off. The rest of the time, it's gonna be you and Durant.
You were gonna ask me who's gonna beat him, right?
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask Roberto that because he said the same thing too.
Well, okay, I'll answer it for you, and you can get his answer, but I'll give you your answer from me.
I hope it's the Celtics. I hope so.
No, it's themselves. Who's going to beat them? They're going to do it, and some team's going to come in. They're either going to overestimate.
Be right back.
That's the people they have to worry about is themselves.
I think they're going to explode within themselves.
I think the Celtics have more symmetry.
The only team that I think could beat them is Toronto because people underestimate Toronto, but Toronto got good chemistry. And if they go in there half-stepping, the little sorry ass.
Toronto, the Celtics, and Miami.
Stand his ass.
All three of them have good chemistry. Toronto, Miami, and the Celtics.
But Kyle Lowry, I forgot about Miami. Shit, Miami.
Yeah, that hero kid is sick.
My Celtics are deep though too, but we'll see. They'll make it. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I hope you guys are right. By the way, I hope that I'm wrong and you guys are right.
That's just my feeling, and usually Chris and I are on the same page.
I hope so.
Let's go. Question 3 is kind of: can Kyrie play nice? Is one ball enough?
No.
I don't know if one basketball is enough between those three. That's the main question. That's kind of like
motherfucker. I can't stand him. I hate him.
Who you hate? Who you hate?
Kyrie, man. Makes me sick. Kyrie just makes me sick. Everything about him. And he thinks that the world is flat. Maybe we'll argue about whether or not the world is flat. It's like, hey, Kyrie, you see this basketball that you shoot in there? That's what the world looks like. It's not a pizza pie. No, I can't stand him. I mean, oh my God. I saw that video of him shooting around when he was in the Celtics. But I'm like, I think about deleting it every day. But I'm like, nah, don't delete it. He's going to be.
So is that why you hate him? Because he was shit on your team?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It was unnecessary what he did, the way he left Boston. He's like, there's no scenario where I can stay in Boston. It's like, what are you talking about? Everything's here. This is the perfect scenario for you.
I can absolutely 100% agree with you because I cannot stand Kawhi Leonard, and I will never, ever, ever like Kawhi Leonard. Ever.
Yeah. Well, at least Kawhi
unless you go back to San Antonio.
Correct.
But at least Kawhi stayed till the end, and you know what I mean, though. Anzo, at least he stayed till the end of like.
That is a definition of a hater right there. Y'all just seen it live and in living color. This man just said he will not ever like this player unless he goes back to his team.
That's correct.
That is the definition of hater.
That is correct.
Right
after
there.
what you did to the team, you got to come back and redeem yourself, man, to that team.
Yeah.
Man.
But again, at least he waited till you guys won your ring and wait till Tim Duncan or whatever left and wait till it was didn't he, pretty much?
Well, I wouldn't say he waited, but he knew his contract was up, and once his uncle took over his managing, that's when all that shit with him started.
Okay.
So I'm like, screw this guy.
But getting back to the topic though, like Kyrie has just been like a dick, like wherever he was, even whether it was LeBron, couldn't get along with LeBron. It's the Celtics. I can't see myself with the Celtics. Now it's like, dude, if you don't do with this fucking team that you have, with this, I'm sorry to curse, but with this team that you have,
you're good, bro. Let it out.
You have to. If you don't win with this team, you're not going to play anywhere. You're going to be like the TO of the NBA, basically, where you can't play with anybody. And
you finished?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry.
I got an update right. I got an update right here. I got to show this.
Okay.
If you were on this show, I would put your ass so far in the pit, guy star.
Learn a lesson. I did.
Don't nobody on this show know nothing about no damn hockey.
I do.
The other Jets.
I could name you a hockey player now if I had to save my life. Don't care about no hockey. Don't you say nothing about no hockey on this show no more.
Those are the Jets up north, buddy.
He's not on the show though. So you're saying if I say something about hockey, I go in the Phantom Zone?
I do feel bad though, guys. I haven't watched
hockey and baseball. When have we ever discussed that? Huh? When we ever discussed it on this show?
Whenever Roberto tries to sneak some hockey in.
Yeah. I try to push baseball in. Getting close to April.
No.
I try. I hear you, though.
And Josh tries his little baseball thing once in a while.
Yes, he does that, too.
I use it in analogies. I try to make comparisons so I don't get.
I thought it was a sports show, man. I didn't know it was just a basketball, football.
Hey, what about the PGA Tour? You guys watching the PGA Tour? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Really?
No, that deserves the Phantom Zone.
You know?
Really, Josh?
I'm gonna throw my jokes in there, man.
What are you gonna say next? Tennis?
We like tennis.
Danny
likes
watches tennis.
Danny and I like tennis.
For the crimes of murder and high treason, the council has sentenced you and your fellow insurgents to 300 cycles of somatic reconditioning.
All right. Your ass got 300 cycles of somatic reconditioning, okay? Don't bring up no damn baseball back up in this your topic, okay?
Wow.
It's all good. All good.
Itchy trigger finger.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 4. And we're going to football since my icon has changed. First question about the NFL. Does the bad man deserve the MVP this year?
Who's the bad man? Ben Roethlisberger?
No,
yeah.
Shit.
Oh, my God.
You say the bad man, not the burger man. There's a difference.
Oh, shit. That was a good one.
Wasn't that funny?
Oh, I thought so. Because we've been hearing this burger shit all year.
The hamburger.
Was this guy actually caught eating at McDonald's or something? Because I don't understand what's all this reference.
I wish that would, because Roethlisberger, so that's why they pick at him.
Oh, okay.
Then they say he's a little chubby sometimes.
I thought Big Ben, Big Mac.
I thought Phantom Zone. No?
But no Phantom Zone for that. But I do think
Does Aaron Rodgers? Does Aaron Rodgers need? Basically, is he getting it? Does he deserve it? Yes, he deserves it.
yes.
No.
I agree, Chris.
I think he's got the
100%.
I think he's got the most touchdowns. What, 44?
Least interceptions.
Yep. You always,
You know what?
you always had least interceptions.
No, but this year he has what, 5?
I don't even think he got that. Let me check and see.
No, I think he has 5, Danny. They were talking about on the radio. Like
I think he's also.
I said, I used to think this guy was overrated, and then he proved me wrong. And if I can honestly say, if I like a quarterback, because I don't really have a favorite quarterback to say, Aaron Rodgers is probably my favorite quarterback. I know it's hard for you to hear that, Anzo. But what I see this guy do, it's like he does it with ease, man. With ease. And when they drafted that, but look at the weapons Mahomes has.
Mahomes should be.
When they drafted that quarterback, right? Instead of getting him a number 1 receiver, everybody wrote him off. Oh, he's going to play like shit. He has nobody but Adams.
He threw 8 interceptions this year.
8? Okay. He has nothing but Adams, and then Jones came out of nowhere. But if you give him the weapons that Brady, Mahomes, who else could I think of? That have multiple 1A, 1B, whatever receivers.
Yeah, Drew Brees.
I guess.
Yeah.
Who does he have?
Josh Allen has a bunch of weapons and great defense. So I'll give you that. Aaron Rodgers is doing the most with less.
No one picked him to be number 1. Nobody.
No. This defies the logic.
So I think it's really based on his arm. I mean, Jones helped him a lot. Jones came out of nowhere and freaked everybody out.
You got to have somebody. You got to have somebody catch the ball. It's not just like, you know what I mean? You can't indict him for that.
And bringing up somebody who's not on this question, that guy Adams. Anzo, have you ever had him in our fantasy?
Who?
I'm not going to take away.
Sorry, Chris. I just want to pose this one out here because Adams, they said was the number 1 receiver. Michael A said it. Somebody else said it. And I have to agree, too, because he's the only guy on that team. But yet, he's always catching the ball, man. He's always getting the ball. I see other guys who are superstars with support, and they get shut down. You can't shut this guy down.
Yeah, I'm going with Mahomes for MVP.
It wouldn't surprise me if Mahomes gets it, but he has not had the year. It has not. See Max. Okay.
You are just saying that, Anzo, because Hamburglar ain't in the running.
Oh, wait. Let me say something. It would not surprise me if Mahomes did get it, but Rodgers has had the better year. Rodgers deserves it. The thing is Mahomes is the guy the NFL likes. And so if he gets it, it will only really mostly be because of who he is and how he plays. It's not because he was the better quarterback this year.
How many interceptions Mahomes have this year? 7
at least. He threw 4 in one game, 3 or 4 in one game. I don't know. All I know is that Mahomes. I think Rodgers has had a better year. But my side of that is that how much of that has to do with the fact that nobody had a preseason. He knows how to play the game. So without everybody else being up to par, I think
just say 6.
Yeah, I know he had less than Rodgers.
How many touchdowns did he have?
Hold on.
You didn't have more.
This is the 3rd year that Rodgers has thrown 40+ touchdowns in a year.
Mm-hmm.
No one has done that in history.
And Chris, I don't know if they factor this in, Chris, but I will say this: Mahomes, he has the best tight end, the best wide receiver, Tyreek Hill. He's got Travis Kelce. He's got all these. He has
nobody's here. Listen,
he scored 38 touchdowns.
That's a lot of weapons.
Nobody ever says that about Troy Aikman if he was doing. Okay, yeah, he has those guys, but that's just a team. I'm sorry. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
You give me.
I agree. You
I
can't
understand what
like
you're
Danny
saying.
always says. No, like Danny always says, you can't blame him for the players that he has around him.
Exactly.
No,
I mean,
but an MVP is making the most with what you have.
exactly.
That's what my MVP is. And if you look, you balance out the two, Green Bay has less and produced more.
Exactly. And that's
What?
where I'm
So
going with it.
that's
Two
why
more
he should get it.
touchdowns?
But still, he has less to work with. And he still
Doesn't matter.
put more touchdowns in than Mahomes. I love Mahomes, man. But I'm sorry, if you just reflect on this year, if you don't say Aaron Rodgers, you have to be a hater. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be surprised either, like Chris said, if Mahomes got it, because he was in the running up until. But now you have to give it to Rodgers, man.
Why?
Yeah.
Sorry. Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Hater.
Why not?
Mahomes has just as good a season, and his team has a better record.
Yeah, but
Okay.
all I'm going to say is
Weaker
that
schedule. So
Huh?
I'm
Weaker schedule? No.
no, they had the hardest.
I'm sorry, Chris. I got blinked out for a second. I got what you're saying though.
I just think that, again, do I want to see Mahomes get it? Sure, I do. I'm a Kansas City guy. I want to see Mahomes get it.
We know.
But honestly, if you ask me when that question came up, yeah, he deserves. If Rodgers is the man who should get the MVP, will he? I can't say that's possible. I don't know that because Mahomes is the future.
Yeah.
Barring some major injury or major downfall, he has had 3 straight years of this is the first time in the AFC that that a team has hosted the
3 years
AFC
in a row.
championship in a row.
Yeah.
That's because of Mahomes.
And Aaron Rodgers is his first one ever.
So again, it all depends on those voters.
You are playing with the Phantom Zone so bad.
No, I'm just saying.
It's based on a year. It's not based on stats over years. It's based on that one. It's based on this year. So what he's done over a 10-year span does not matter.
It's based
on this year.
Listen,
it's a point that has no relevance in the question.
Oh well, he said it, and I'm bringing it up. But I'm not talking about this year. I'm just saying he's never done it.
Here's the thing that I think everybody forgets about this. Flash gets a lot. You're flashy. You look the part. People sometimes forget who was the better quarterback. They just think, oh man, do you remember that one play? Oh my God, that was nuts. Do you remember when Mahomes did this, when Mahomes did that? Some of these voters, remember, these people aren't just looking at analytics. Some do. A lot of them, though, are looking for that flashy, this is the man right now guy. That's why I say, should Rodgers get it? Yes. Will he? I don't know, because Mahomes is enough of a beast that even if he didn't have that year, his flashiness, his just enough, the right amount of cockiness might get it for him.
Chris, you know what? I can't argue with you, but my point being said is that they are having almost comparable seasons. So what could it come down to? Who's making the most of least? That would be me as a voter.
Yes.
Or someone who's making the most of least. That would be the guy who would get it. And
well, that without a doubt would be Aaron Rodgers.
Seeing what I'm seeing,
yeah,
I'd like to think that he's working with less than what Mahomes is. It's not Mahomes' fault. He has all that talent, and any quarterback would die to have those guys on their offense. But if you're not shining, then you're shit. But if you're shining and someone's shining just as much as you with less, then you have to consider less.
Exactly.
Sorry.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. But I know these. Well, I don't know these voters, but these voters aren't all like that. A lot of them are. The old school guys, those old beat writers, the guys that have been doing this for 20, 30 years. Yeah, that's how they are. But you got a lot of new guys coming in that they just think Mahomes is the shit, and that's who should get it. So what it comes down to is I think Rodgers should get it. depending on everything that goes on in that vote,
will
we'll
come
see.
down to what happens this weekend.
Why?
Exactly.
That's what my question was. Does the criteria end with the season, or does it end throughout the Super Bowl
It's
and
supposed to be the
afterwards?
season. I was
Supposed to be the
No,
season.
no, it goes
It's
throughout the
supposed to
Super
be the
Bowl.
season.
Because that could change everything. I mean, if it's just from what they did in the season versus, who's going to win the Super Bowl, we'd have to see.
It has to be based on the season because you have Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
right.
Jackson.
So it has to be based on the
Jackson
season.
won it last year.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ends at the
Jackson
it
won
ends
the-
at the regular season.
So then that could change everything. It might not
Yeah,
even
Yeah,
Jackson-
but
be, what
you
I mean?
can still have
Yeah.
playoff MVP and Super Bowl MVP. It usually goes. It should be on the season, but a lot of the performance, because it comes after the season, goes with what they do in the playoffs as
Yeah,
well.
Also, I ain't never heard of a playoff MVP.
I never said there was a playoff MVP.
You just said that.
No, I didn't say there was a playoff MVP. I said there could be. Like when I meant Super Bowl MVP and a season MVP. Could be
Is there anybody else then besides those two, Mahomes and Rodgers? Then, if we're talking about cutting off the season, like I know we mentioned Derrick Henry a couple times during
Nah,
the
there's
season.
nobody else playing.
No, I don't think there's anybody else.
At the
Tom Brady.
At the beginning of the season, it was
Tom
like
Brady. Okay.
it was
Tom
like a
Brady.
3-man race. It was Mahomes, it was Rodgers, and it was a boy
Wilson.
from Seattle. But then he
Wilson.
fell off. Wilson. He fell off. So now I
And
think
Wilson was their leader. Leader was a fourth runner.
the two legitimate ones now in my mind is Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes.
And I wouldn't be pissed if Mahomes won it. So good luck to both of them, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll put Tom Brady in the mix too.
I don't think so.
I don't think they'll do it.
No, Brady didn't have the year to get it.
Doesn't matter. Brady's over 40
He probably
years
had a
old.
ton of
That says
interceptions,
something.
though.
That would
Hey,
be
If he goes to Super
Danny.
Bowl and win it, they're going
Yeah.
to. He's going to get the MVP in the Super Bowl.
Danny,
Yes.
I think he's flirting with that Phantom Zone because every time we start going down one track, he adds another one in just to spice it up.
I'm just saying.
He teeter-totter on it.
You can't deny his age and what he's doing for his
too much
age.
pressure, eh, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that because most quarterbacks at those age don't
okay.
perform the way he does.
Yeah, because Drew Brees sure fell off the cliff.
Absolutely.
Question five. Does Mahomes clear the concussion protocols this week?
Ooh.
You already have.
He already has.
I already did.
Ooh.
All right, good. We can go to
Well,
question
but
six.
can I say something interesting that I noticed?
Oh, God.
No. Really, on Tuesday, the first practice they had, because whenever they win, they take Monday off. A lot of teams do that now. On Tuesday, the NFL Network, as soon as practice was over, put out on my notifications, it said Mahomes full practice today, and I forget what else it said, but literally 10 minutes later, it got taken off their site, and all the local and NFL then put out Mahomes limited during practice. It was kind of funny because there was a lot of talk that it wasn't a concussion that he got and that they were using the concussion protocol they're not sure what he got hurt.
Did he
What
fuck up his
actually got
toe?
hurt.
His toe, no?
No.
Well, his
Yeah,
toe
they were
was
saying
hurt
something
too.
about his toe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but there was a lot of talk in the local sports community here when I was talking to some guys. Some of the sports radio guys here, I was talking to them, and there was a lot of talk thinking that they felt that they had enough of the game in hand that even with Henny in, that they could pull it off. And so they pulled them out to give him more rest, and they used the concussion protocol as a way to basically cover it up in a sense. And a lot of people think they were just buying him some more rest because basically he cleared the concussion protocol with no issues. He went boom, boom, boom in 3 days and cleared it.
I actually don't believe that because after he got the hit, he tried to stand up and he fell down.
Well, I saw that too, but the thing is as soon as he was done with that, He ran off the field on the sidelines and didn't hit anybody. He was sliding by people. I don't know what that was.
When you have a concussion, you can do that. You know what I mean? You can be normal, but you.
I'm just throwing it out there. The NFL thought he was playing full practice, and they've pulled it and switched it really quick. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things here in the local community that came out during this week, but yeah, he cleared it. We all feel a hell of a lot better right now because if we were going to this game with Henny,
you feel a hell of a lot better. The rest
there's
of us
no way in hell I think we win.
Yeah, that's true. That's a true statement.
Yep, very true.
But if there's any two teams that I want to win this year, it'll be Buffalo and Kansas City, unfortunately. Yeah. But I'm going for Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo.
Yeah. And someone mentioned Josh Allen, and you know what? You're right. He is a consideration. I thought he had a great year, but I think he would be most improved.
Yeah.
More so than an MVP.
Yeah.
For him, it will.
I don't know if that exists.
No, there's no most improved?
I don't know. Maybe, but that would be a good.
There is something like that. There's comeback. Okay. There. I don't know.
I don't think there's a most improved in the NFL.
I mean, there's an award.
I don't think so either.
I've seen that in basketball. I haven't seen it in football.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we can look it up and see. All right, question number 6. If they make the Super Bowl, that's they being the Buccaneers, was it more Brady or more?
I'll answer that first.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'll answer it first. You want my honest answer to that?
No.
My honest answer is it's more Brady.
I can't believe it.
Oh my god!
You know, I'm not going to take away from the guy. He's a good player, and honest to God, the only thing that they changed was him. I just don't think he's the GOAT. I don't. But I mean, the guy somehow does it. I still don't think they're going to go.
Who is this guy?
Wait a second. Yeah, so he's not the GOAT. But also, he was the reason that the Patriots were the one. Not the fact that Bill Belichick.
Wait. You're taking it out of context. I didn't say Belichick.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's the question.
This coach, I thought is what he was talking about.
Oh, no, not Arians.
Well, that's what I was. Are you talking? Okay, wait, time out. Danny, what are you saying? Are you saying? I think
he was talking about Belichick.
No, I was not talking about Belichick.
Okay, that's why I said it's not Arians. It's not Arians. That's why I said it.
Not. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Belichick, that coach.
No.
Super Bowl, was it more Brady's talents or was it more of the coach's talent?
Definitely Brady.
Yeah.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
That's a no-brainer.
That's why I was rolling my eyes because I'm like so tired of hearing, was it Belichick or Brady?
Because I think the games that they lost was because the coach thought it was due to him that they made it that far.
Listen, and just to say what you're saying, Josh, I hear that all the time. People talk about, if it's Brady or Belichick. Belichick has he has nobody on his team, so you can't judge this year by that.
You can't.
Thank you for.
I know that.
Yeah, but that was the question posed.
I'm sorry.
I know. No, but
I hear you, Anzo. He did a lot with nothing.
No, I'm saying we thought it was comparing Brady and Belichick together. That's what I thought too.
No.
So, yeah.
I took that as Arians.
I was talking about Arians, his current coach.
Oh, okay.
Because if they make it to the Super Bowl, if they make it to the Super Bowl, was it Brady or the coach? Well, the only coach he's got that's going to go to the Super Bowl is Arians. So that's how I took it. And I'm sorry, Arians to me is not that great of a coach.
I could coach that team.
Yeah, that's true.
That freaking team. You know what I mean?
I think Arians overall has been a really good coach.
Who is it?
Man.
Stop
Who
it,
is
We
it?
don't know.
Anzo.
He has us in.
Stop it, Anzo. You cannot drop that team.
He's on fire today, man.
Nobody on
Danny-
this panel
Uh,
coach no NFL team, so don't fool
Do
yourself.
you guys
No,
forget what
Aaron-
Danny does for a living?
Danny, I play Madden. I could coach that team.
Just hit A really quick. Let me call the audible. They're playing zone defense. We're gonna go for it on 4th down every time.
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
love Madden because I can go for it every
Slant,
time.
screens,
Oh my god.
curls.
That is funny. I can't even come
And,
back.
What about Omaha?
Antonio
Double
Brown
Dragon
isn't there this
Lollipop?
weekend.
That's what I heard. I don't think he is there.
Antonio Brown isn't there this weekend.
I think he hurt. Well,
Yeah.
his knee.
Hurt his knee, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eh. Nah.
Oh, wait, it's a big deal because they were
Yeah.
just getting chemistry, man. So now who's going to go to Miller?
Oh, I had to
No,
ask
go to
Danny
Evans.
this though.
Evans. He has Evans. He has
So
Brady.
He
that-
always had Evans. He always had those guys.
Gronk. He has Brait. You know, he has the other guy whose name I can't remember. I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to like jump on you. I'm in defense mode because I'm so tired of was it Belichick, was it Brady? So I automatically assumed I wasn't even thinking of Bruce Arians. He's been
So
irrelevant.
Danny, let me ask you this.
Sorry.
What's up with your boy Le'Veon Bell this year, huh? What's up? You said he was getting his chemistry back. Where was he?
Wow. He is on the Jets, so I mean,
No, he's not on the Jets no
he's
more.
with Kansas
no,
City.
he was on the Jet.
Yeah, he's with
he
KC.
did go. Oh, he did go to KC. Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry. That's true.
I ain't see him doing anything, and so
He isn't because Hilaire got injured, and you still don't hear about Bell.
exactly.
Good point.
That's all I want to say.
Chris would have loved to jump on that one too.
I'm surprised Danny ain't saying nothing. He probably
No, he's gone. He's somewhere else. He would have been
uh-huh.
attacking you.
But yeah, to answer the question, yes, it's Brady all the way.
I do want to say Bruce Arians was really good in Arizona. I think that he brought that team to where it was, and he had Todd Bowles, who's doing well. And then I don't know what happened. I mean, I guess with this team, you don't really need to overcoach.
You know, for me, when you have these robotic coaches that are on the sideline,
Yeah.
they don't even have a clipboard in their hand.
Right.
You never really see their mouth move. What the fuck are they doing? I know you're the coach, but who's giving the plays? Who's doing what? You ain't doing nothing. So what? You have all your assistants doing everything, but yet you stand up there and take all the recognition. I hired the offensive coordinator. I hired the defensive coordinator. But when the game's on,
Well, if he no, he's relaying the information. If he says, it's Bubble Dragon, double ice cream, whatever.
his mouth never moves, man. I'm talking like the Dallas coach that they got rid of. He's now a defensive coach somewhere else. Howdy doody.
Jason Garrett.
Garrett?
Yeah, Jason Garrett. If you look at every game Dallas played, because I did, because it was very funny, look at every game they played, you'll never see Garrett's mouth move, just facial expressions. And there's a few coaches like that. And that guy, Arians, he's one of them, unless he's chewing Brady out on fucking camera. So you're going to tell me this guy's a coach? I'm sorry. You'd say he's a good coach. I'm sorry. I think otherwise. Maybe he was in Arizona, but since he's gone to Tampa Bay, he carries on like he's somebody. Like, I've done something. You ain't done shit.
I think that's an editing issue, Roberto. I think that's an issue where they don't always, maybe an editing issue where they don't always show what the coach is doing, but you might not see him like go to the ref, argue to the ref, talk to his players, only because they show him like standing there like a jackass. And
Why only him and not the other guy, like the Pittsburgh coach, who you see is very vocal. He's involved in everything.
Tomlin,
you see Tomlin saying shit. He's never just standing on the side, not saying nothing a whole game.
Reed's there.
Am I right, Onzo?
Yeah, you're right.
Reed says shit.
I think Andy
there
Reid
are
should
some
be coach
coaches.
of the year.
Yes.
This question
I think
here
we
is
had-
posed by Becky, and she asked, does Coach Stefanski deserve Coach of the Year? My answer is
No.
no. I think Sean McDermott's a better coach. I think that Andy Reid is a better coach.
I think Andy Reid should be the coach of the year this year.
Yeah, the coach for Green Bay did a good job, so I don't think Stefanski he turned the team around. He turned the Browns around. I give him that, but better than Andy Reid, better than McDermott, I'm going to say no.
Andy Reid lost one season game in 2 years. Is that it? What was the record last year?
I'm not sure.
I don't
how did
remember.
the Browns?
I give it to him for one play. That one
play
play,
last week.
Yeah, that's
that play
cojones.
last game, they were backup quarterback, 4th and 1, and they made that play. I was like, that was balls.
Well, it wasn't just that.
That quarterback put him in position to do that because
with that run.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, but wait.
Oh God,
that's because of his coaching. That's because he is taught. Like he said after the game, he says, I don't change the game plan based off the quarterback. That game plan stays in place. Both of those quarterbacks are running those plays with two different teams, practicing it so they know when he comes in, he was a little jittery because he's never been in a fucking playoff game. But
that wasn't the best throw either.
No, it wasn't. But here's the thing.
He threw it to Hill.
When he threw it to Hill, that play is a design play that has not changed. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is in. And then he had him sit there, and he told Henny, he said, you're going to sit there when it gets down to 5, hike that ball. They're not going to expect it. They think we're running this clock down. Mm-hmm. Hike that ball. You're going to go roll right, throw it over to Hill. And Hill, I love how Hill does it. He caught the ball, sat on his ass, said, there you go. That's how you win a game. And you know what? That is Andy Reid.
Yes, it is. Because you know what? 100%. When you do a fake spike, I give that to the quarterback. But a play like that, you have to give it to the coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who did that fake spike for a touchdown? Who did that? Was it Marino?
Have y'all noticed the energy in Chris's voice when he's talking about Kansas City?
I noticed.
Oh my God!
Well,
but he does live there, so he's the authority. I give him that. He's the authority. He lives in Kansas City, man.
Chris, you got to tell me your favorite barbecue place down there. Is it Oklahoma Joe's or?
Oklahoma Joe's is the one that gets all the press. It's good. It's really good. Arthur Bryant's.
Okay.
Arthur Bryant's, Zarda, Theorello's Jack Stack Barbecue. That's like Jack Stack is like the upper class, like dine-in, nice barbecue, but it's really good barbecue. But Oklahoma Joe's is really good because the main one is at a gas station. You go walk in, and it's just there's people lined around the corner. Well, not now, but during normal times.
I've seen that. Yeah,
dude. If you ever come to Kansas City, if you only have a chance to go to one barbecue place, Oklahoma Joe's is the one you want to go to.
I'm going to go to all of them, but that's the one.
Okay.
You give me a call, and I'll take you around. I'll take you to some that you never hear about either that are really fucking good.
And hold on, before you move on, let me just say this. Becky, you will never, ever hear me say anything good about that Cleveland Browns organization. So if you ask me if Baker Mayfield should be MVP, no. If you ask me if Cleveland is a good team, no. If you're asking me if the coach should be considered coach of the year, no. Another
shining example of haterade.
Somebody's still a little bitter.
No, and no.
Okay, question number 7. I saw this question on Skip and Shannon, so I definitely want to talk about it. Does the reading rule needs an upgrade, and is it fair enough for minorities? I want to go first on this by saying I did not know that there was about maybe 10 or 15 coaches, white coaches that didn't have really the qualifications that the teams initially asked for in their 30s. Now Kansas City offensive coordinator is putting in for, I forgot what football position, what team for head coach, and they're saying he might not even get it because,
He's been interviewed by like 3 or 4 teams for a head coach, and he has not been picked up.
Yeah, this guy's like 58 years old now, and they're saying that it's a very different range for minorities, and that the Rooney Rule require that they
get at least an interview. Yeah.
Now they're trying to upgrade it, see whether they get more interviews and more opportunities because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 4 black head coaches in the NFL, or 4 minority coaches. 2 black, 1 Hispanic, and 1 is something else. So I definitely think the arena rule needs to be upgraded, revisited, whatever word you want to use to make it more of a even playing field.
Can I ask a question about this?
Head coaches?
Say
There's
again?
more than 2. There's more than 2 black head coaches.
There's only Tomlin and another guy.
Yeah.
Who else?
There's a guy from Miami, Flores.
The one that got fired from the Chargers.
You don't count. He's fired.
No, but he just recently got fired, but he was a coach for 3 years.
And can we agree, like, if you don't win with that Chargers team, I mean, they went 4-8.
Okay. It's Tomlin, Ron Rivera, the guy from Miami, and the Chargers guy.
What's that little guy he took over for Cleveland? Not Cleveland. What's
are you talking about?
Brunell? Not Brunell.
Oh, Crennel. Romeo Crennel.
Who was he with?
With the Texans. He was with the Texans, right?
Yeah, he took over after they let go of that guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. He was with the Belichick tree.
But I see. I feel
he was here too. He was the head coach here for a minute, I think.
I could say this team right behind me is the first team to have the first black general manager.
Yes, that is correct.
Can I ask a question here? Because here's the thing. I have no say in this because, well, obviously, I'm white. So I mean,
it's okay, Chris. Go ahead, man.
My question is, okay, so they have the Rooney Rule, and then last year.
No,
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything mean. No, I'm not going to. I want to ask a question. So here's the thing: you have the Rooney Rule. They added in that if a team hires a minority head coach or a minority GM, they get draft compensation now, right? I think they did that this past off season. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did that because, again, they're trying to make it, I guess, more incentive to do it. But if they're still not doing it, where's the problem? Because I mean, I'm not saying these people don't deserve to get hired. There's obviously a fundamental problem if you're trying to say they have to get an interview, or if they're giving, and I'm pretty sure, look it up. I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty sure they get some sort of a draft compensation now, or they were talking about doing it. And my only thought is like, if they're still not doing it, what are you going to do to make these people do it? You're going to force them to do it?
The Rooney Rule, is that only the NFL?
That's
not
the
the
NFL.
NBA. Right?
No, it's only NFL.
I was going to say something about the NBA and what happened with Steve Nets. Okay,
no. There's no such
thing.
Well,
there was some. If you watch Stephen A. Smith, he does mention something about that there was no black head coaches or anybody interviewed before the job, and I believe the NBA does have some sort of rule like that.
Hey guys, I'm going to jump on my phone. Give me a second. I'll be right back on.
Well, as Deshaun just said here, I was going to mention Bieniemy. Has he been hired yet? Because throughout the year, I was hearing that this guy should be hired immediately. There's so many teams that should be picking this guy up. I don't even think he's been interviewed maybe twice.
Who? Probably not.
Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy?
Oh, you don't know who he is? He's offensive coordinator for Kansas City, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. He's the one that's 50-something years old, and he's been interviewing for head coach positions for several teams. But what Shannon and Skip were saying, in particular, Shannon, was that these coaches, the owners say, we look for somebody that's more offensive minded. Then they hire somebody that's never coached offenses, coach defenses. Or we look for somebody that got NFL experience, and they hire a college coach. He said whenever they say something publicly, they'll move the finish line away from the guy that has the exact experience that they're looking for. He said mainly most of the time it's the black interviewers or interviewees that's the line that's keep getting moved from. And then they went down, they proceed to go down and count how many 30-something-year-old white coaches got an opportunity to coach versus blacks of any age, and the numbers were staggering. And then that's when they went down to proceed how many black coaches are currently in the NFL, head coaches, and it was like 5 or 6 out of 32 teams. So
You see, the one thing I will say about that, yeah, I know the numbers, but the numbers can also be misleading as well. Because how many candidates, black candidates, are there? I'm sure there's way more white candidates as coaches than there are blacks. So
We don't
that
know this. That's the scary thing.
but I'm just saying, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think so because NFL is predominantly a black
And-
sport.
Yeah, it is, but not everybody not all black people want to be the coaches or GMs, right?
What are the
You got
numbers
all
These
for?
guys,
kinds of-
when their
you got-
career ends, that's what they look.
You got high school coaches, you got college coaches, you got all these type of coaches, and I'm pretty sure the majority of them are white, right? So if you add those and then you talk about other coaches that are trying to get in, I'm pretty sure there's way more white coaches.
But how
than
many
there are
black assistant coaches are there in the NFL?
I don't know.
That's
I
the
don't have no
question.
idea.
Coordinators.
That's the question we should ask, because when these spots open up, why aren't they considered? Why are they always an offensive or defensive coordinator? Why aren't they getting those same situations where a college coach does?
Yeah, there ain't no black NFL team owners.
No,
There's an Indian one.
Jay-Z is trying to become one, but not even his money is gonna break. Some clubs ain't well, some minorities ain't gonna break into. It's gonna be a minute before we see a black on the NFL. My opinion.
But there's a Pakistani or Indian owner in the NFL.
I don't want to sound wrong or anything, but shouldn't it be who has the ability to help get the team to win? Yeah, it should be, and that ain't always all white people. So that's where we coming from. You can't tell me that out of 32 teams, there's only 4 minorities that has the ability to help a team win. I don't believe that. That's what we're saying, or that's what I'm saying. I can't speak for other people on the panel.
Well, the reason
I agree. So I'm there with you.
The reason why I brought up the Nets thing is that I'm not trying to take anything away from Steve Nash, but I think there was a guy that was more qualified.
There were a few.
Yeah.
Tyrone Lue was in the mentions.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's a championship winner.
Guy that used to do the Pelicans. I can't think his name.
Yeah,
black guy. But
yeah, but you
why?
see, like,
why hasn't Sam Mitchell got another coaching job?
Or what's the commentator that does it with he used to be over to Golden State? He definitely
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson definitely needs another chance. He has a great basketball mind.
I think he did something.
Yeah.
But the question is, do they want to coach? We don't even.
Mark Jackson does. Mark Jackson
does.
I think he does.
He's been out the league a while, Mark Jackson.
Yeah. I'm not sure he does either, because he's never interviewed for any of the jobs or anything like that.
Because you just said it. I think he did something. They blackballed him.
Well,
he just disappeared. His name's not even
Golden State. He pretty much he built the Splash Brothers. And then
you may have a point there, Danny.
Was kind of forced to hand it over.
He did.
It was forced.
But they fired him because he couldn't win with them. They didn't get past the big game.
I thought he said something kind of aggressive towards the owner or the GM. What I heard.
No, he couldn't get past the big game.
I'm ready to get.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. You.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Hold on, I have it right here. Let me turn off my ad blocker on this. And
I have a Phantom Zone comment, man. I'm ready to get that Phantom Zone action going.
Who, me?
No, me. I'm ready.
And then Eric Bieniemy, like you were saying, he's been like interviewed 4 times now. But yeah, and again, I mean, I don't now. Do you want to leave the offense that has Mahomes and Hill and all that? I mean, that's his choice, but he should at least be offered a job somewhere and make that choice. It's ridiculous because this guy's been in the NFL for a while now. He deserves it. Reed can't figure it out either. Reed has already, done an interview saying, he's like, I don't understand why people haven't picked him up yet. This is the second year now that he's had one of the best offenses, and I mean, and also the fact that he comes from Andy Reid's lineage, and we know all about the the Holmgren and God, who was the San Francisco quarterback or the San Francisco head coach that they all came from? West Coast offense.
Hallberg?
Who?
Oh, Walsh, Bill Walsh.
Yeah. Well, no, not Bill Walsh. Maybe Bill Walsh. I don't know. But some of these guys have this lineage that continues to this day. Now it's becoming like the Reed lineage, and some of these other people like Bill Belichick has his own lineage now, but they all came from a lineage. So it's like a family tree, you know. Mm-hmm. Well, Bieniemy's in that family tree now. It's like what he's a pedigree. I mean, this is the perfect type of guy who's had the right people above him. He's learned from the right people.
Is not going to get a job because he's not attractive. That's why.
Here's the thing. All right, so November 10th of 2020, it does say NFL approves plan to reward teams with draft picks for developing minority coaches and GMs. Let's see here. A team that loses a minority assistant coach who becomes a head coach, or loses a personnel executive who becomes a general manager, will receive third-round compensatory picks in each of the next two drafts. A team that loses two minority staff members and a head coach, or to a head coach and a general manager positions, would receive 3 third-round picks. So, you know, it's also like they're trying all this different stuff to make it so the team that loses one and the team that hires one, you know, there's all these things they're trying to do. And if they're not getting, if this still isn't making it happen.
Then increase it to second-round picks and then go to first-round picks. And if that doesn't work, try some other shit.
But what my question is I guess what I'm trying to say is this the perfect example of the good old boys club?
Yeah, well, you know what? This program is fucking digging in that door till that door opens, because will you just give up?
No. I'm just wondering when the NFL is going to put
it's going to take a while.
These owners' feet to the fire and say, listen, guys, I mean, okay, put it this way. I think perhaps one of the things you could do is somebody like Bieniemy who deserves a head coaching position if he wants it. Because, again, there might be something to say that he may want to stay as an offensive head coach because Mahomes is still young and there's a lot of talent here. There's something to be said that perhaps he might want that. But he should at least be offered a job. He should have been offered a job. And that should have been his choice. Now, my question is why doesn't the NFL say, if we believe that that somebody who is more qualified is passed over, and you hire somebody else, like if Bieniemy interviews for, let's say, the Chargers job, and they hire some 30-year-old white guy as their head coach, and you're like, wait a minute though, this guy's got a lot more obviously he's a lot more experienced in the NFL coaching situations. He's been around for a long time. I think the NFL needs to start saying, if we believe that you passed over this person because they're a minority, or you've overlooked their talent, or their experience, that we can go into like a almost like an arbitration. We can have an arbitrator look at it and say, well, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Why? There was no real reason to go into this. I mean, you got to start thinking of doing something, because some of these guys are obviously more qualified. Bieniemy's already more qualified than 3 or 4 of these guys, and yet he's still been passed over. And it's not just Kansas City fans. It's not just some of you guys. We're talking NFL Network is asking this question now. ESPN is asking this question now. Mm-hmm. There's obviously an issue there. Do we have the NFL put their feet to the fire and say, listen, guys, if we think that this is not done properly, we will now bring your team in and the people who hired this person, and you have to defend why you hired a person over this person?
I have something a little controversial to say, and it's just like, if Jerry Jones doesn't have a problem hiring black players, black wide receivers, black tight ends, why not hire a black head coach and a black
different story?
What I mean? If you have no but I'm saying though, you know what I mean?
No, you're right though.
I don't know. I don't know if that's off kilter.
No, you're right.
That is a very good.
Know your boundaries, son.
Because
And hey,
because there's some black coaches.
my bad.
There's some black coaches that are better than the Dallas coach right now.
Yeah. Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yep. I take Tomlin over their current coach.
Yeah.
Hey man, the fuck you trying to say?
Oh, that's
I'm agreeing with what you said. I would say,
But why you use Tomlin?
because he's
Because
one of the only 5 left in there.
Okay, you made it sound like he was like the bottom of the barrel of the black coach.
So a lot of people were saying he's too much of a player's coach. He doesn't have control of his team. Look how long he's there. Look what he's done. He's a solid coach.
Yeah,
you can't discredit. You know, it is what it is. You see it every weekend. Solid coach.
Yeah. I agree.
Also, that's
Never had a losing record.
That's a product of Pittsburgh. They don't get rid of their coaches. They coach.
Nope.
That's true too.
Only 3 coaches in the history of the franchise. That's amazing.
Okay, question number 8.
Oh.
Go ahead, real quick.
No, and shout out to baseball for hiring the only.
Oh, where the fuck is the Phantom on that? Where is it at? Where is it at?
Every time you do this,
You think I'm playing, don't you? You think I'm playing? I told you about that damn baseball.
No, but it's a good cause, though. It's a good cause. It's a good cause,
timed,
though.
very well timed. I'm proud of myself.
What was it? The first female?
You done thought my doggone
First female coach or something?
Seattle.
Yeah, first female coach. That's
first female manager.
Manager. Yeah.
She is the manager.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. She
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For
Interesting.
the Mariners.
Yeah. No, that's
all.
And Becky Hammond will be the first female NBA coach soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Question number 8.
This has never been done?
Will Brady?
This question?
Was it never been done?
Yes.
Will Brady be the first
Technically.
to play in his home stadium at a Super Bowl?
Yeah, no, it's never been done.
Hold on.
You can look all you want.
I hope not.
Well, it can't. The question can't be the first if it's somebody else.
Ain't nobody else ever done it.
No,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah,
No, I guess so. I'm
only
thinking
saying
of a
that
different
for the
game,
past
but
2 weeks.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because
Really?
I was watching Shannon, and that's what they said. That could have been one of Brady's selling points to when they started playing good. It was like, listen, man, we get to play at home. No Super Bowl team has ever got to play at home before.
Well,
So yeah,
A lot of pressure, though.
You get sleep in your own bed. So I'm going to say this. I don't think he's going to do it, but if anybody can do it, it'll be Mr. Brady. That's how I want to answer that.
Well, they were saying Tampa Bay used to the cold. Brady's used to the cold. He's been playing in New England. Maybe the rest of them aren't used to the cold. Maybe their downside.
You know what gets me? And I used to use that argument with my father about certain things. My dad looked at me and says, "You realize if you can't play in the cold in the NFL, you don't need to be playing in the NFL."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that makes any difference. All these quarterbacks should be able to play in the cold.
It does. Because if you're in a certain part of the country, it ain't gonna be cold.
and one thing you got to understand too is it's not like they play every team every year, right? So sometimes some of these warm teams don't even go to someplace cold to play.
Look at 49ers and the Raiders and the Rams. Man, shit. They go to Green Bay or New York or Tampa, or not Tampa Bay, but Minnesota.
Right.
Shit.
They're like
Niners used to go up to
But
Green Bay.
Raiders used to play in the cold.
Yeah, I mean,
Raiders used to play in the cold.
they've.
Yeah, but I'm saying normally.
Listen, if you can't play in the cold in the NFL, then
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
you catch a ball in 30 degrees and you catch a ball when it's minus 10, you're
Totally
catching
different.
a fucking brick.
Yeah.
I know.
Break your fingers. So there's a huge difference playing in the cold.
I
You
think
lose your footing. There's so many things you're not used to. You watch CFL, these guys can run in the snow like dogs because they play in the snow all the time.
Mhm.
But NFL, some of these guys never ran in 5 centimeters, whatever.
But one thing I'll say: if you're playing football that long, you're sooner or later gonna eventually play in the cold.
I agree.
I think that they're. I think that they have ways of. I've heard of coaches.
All the stadiums domes.
No, man, no. I love those.
No. Yep. I think they should start allowing the Super Bowl to be other places than just warm climates or warmer climates. I hate that.
Everywhere.
I agree.
No, I hate that. I hate that.
In New Jersey, they did it 1 year, and luckily it didn't snow. Otherwise, it would have been a mess.
I don't care.
Who the hell want to go to
the
Super Bowl
game
in Canada, where Onzo stay at now? And it's damn -13. Fuck that. No, I don't want to go.
There's no I mean, I'm talking about I'm talking about United States in stadiums here in the States. I think every stadium should get a chance to have it.
I agree.
Buffalo.
The only problem with that is a lot of people will say, oh, well, the weather had an effect on the warm team or whatever, you know what I mean? But again, at the same time, the Ice Bowl and all that shit, I love those games, man.
I just think
you have to adapt to the elements.
To keep it fair, everybody play in a dome.
Nah, I don't want to know.
All in that, you have to play your season in that weather, and you're ranked higher than the team you're playing against. You got to play where I'm from, son.
Yeah,
come over here, and you can beat me here, and you're a good team. Till then, good luck.
Because then you also something.
Well, because dome, everything's fair.
Advantage. No, it's not fair because I played my season in the snow. You played in the dome.
No, if everybody in the NFL got a dome, you playing fair and equal. If every team got a dome,
but I don't want every team to have.
No, that's not true, Danny.
I'm just telling
Danny, that's actually not true because here's the thing: teams that have had domes in the past build their team around speed. What do you want? You want only speed teams in every? I mean, then we got arena football basically.
Oh, that's up to the GM, whoever the hell he or she got the skill set.
But my point is like there are certain teams like the Rams, the St. Louis Rams were built for a dome because they were fast. They were built for turf. I just don't like that.
Right.
I like the thought
of playing dome football. There's no advantages. That's what I see. Because if you're not used to playing on a hard, cold surface, find the right pegs or spikes under your shoes because you're not going to be the same guy. You're not going to be the same guy.
But back to the question. No, I don't think he's going to do it. I think Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are I think after the game this season, I think they're more prepared, and I think they're going to be in a better position. You don't have Antonio Brown playing. I know that doesn't take a ton from them, but there definitely takes away from them. I just think that Green Bay is going to do it.
I think Tampa Bay is at the most disadvantage of all the teams left because the elements. Kansas City, Buffalo, they're used to playing in the cold, so there's nothing really that the other team has an edge on them. Green Bay, they know what fucking cold is, man. Tampa Bay doesn't really know.
Well, so, I think I heard that originally they said there wasn't going to be
Brady does.
Yeah, Brady does.
But when his receivers are slipping and falling when they're doing their routes where they have to cut hard, and now these guys are fucking scared. Gronk too has experience, but Evans doesn't.
And maybe if they get past that and then Antonio Brown come back, he has experience because Pittsburgh is cold as fuck too.
Antonio knows he don't want to play in no snow with a bum knee because you need to have stability in that knee. And
they're giving them shots, and he'll play. If he think he can get another ring, he'll damn sure play and get that shot. And
absolutely.
Run like a damn runaway slave.
Absolutely. Because
how you like that one, Chris?
I'm glad you said that.
He only has a 1 year contract.
Like, holy shit!
He only has a 1 year contract.
Wasn't the white guy,
too, right? So he needs to show and prove.
Yeah. If he know he could get a chance of contributing, he'll take that shot He'll play his ass off.
Listen, you know how you get Antonio Brown to play if they make it to the Super Bowl. You look at him and you say 2 letters, T.O. He came back from a broken leg to play in a Super Bowl. You know what? You don't want Antonio Brown to think that there was a better player.
Antonio Brown, when his head in the game, that ain't a problem. It's when he start after the game or when he's ain't getting the catches he think he need. Then that's when
he's always game ready.
Yeah, but
what I mean is that if he's playing, I don't know, my knee or if they're listen. If T.O. did it, he'll do it.
He'll take that shot if he think he get a legitimate chance of helping and run his ass off, in my opinion.
And Danny, you went away before I said it since we brought up him. What's up with Le'Veon Bell, bro? Weren't you the one that said, he was just getting his footing with the team? What's up with that?
Hey, I was wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
I wanted to hear.
Last time I checked, I'm not one that can say that I'm wrong without having gotta pull it out of you. Anzo, you gotta pull it out of Anzo, bro. I mean, pull it. When you finally get it, it tastes like damn shit going over his tongue.
We aren't even talking about who can admit who was wrong or not. We were just talking.
I'm just saying, if I'm wrong, I'll say it. Okay, question number 9. Oh, this for you, Anzo. How can Tomlin improve his team? Is Big Ben?
How come I didn't see that question when you gave it to me?
I sure put it up, but you was busy talking to your lady.
Probably. Could have deleted that one quick.
Shoot, it was even more detailed. Let me read you the original question because I could chop this down because I didn't have enough space. The original question was: the Steelers started off this season on fire. What would you do to improve the team if you were Mike Tomlin? What pieces would you change? What direction would you point the team in next season?
Well, there's going to be a lot of changes because they have a lot of free agents this year. And someone retired as well. I can't remember who it was.
Let me say one thing too about 2 of your receivers. They're getting blasted for making stupid quotes and stuff. Juju and Claypool. What do you think about that?
I don't care.
And about Bell, real quick.
I like that shit, bro. I like that talking shit. You know me. I'm a trash talker. I like that shit. I'm a trash talker. I like that shit. You just got to back up your talk. You don't back up your talk, well.
They didn't back up their talk. They sound crazy.
Yeah, I know. They didn't back up their talk, but. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying, Chris?
I was just going to say Bell's out with the knee issue still.
Oh, is it?
So
okay.
Yeah, I mean.
But I know he played, though. He played a game.
Last week he was held out because of. Or was that this week? No, that's this week. So this week he was held out still. He's not expected to play this game.
Pittsburgh needs a quarterback.
We do need a new quarterback.
Because if Brady goes down, if Ben goes down and you have to rely on that number 2 guy, good luck.
You guys need to do what you guys need to do kind of what Kansas City did. You guys need to draft a quarterback, have Ben
mentor him,
bring him into the system.
Yeah, Ben's done soon. I don't know if Ben has that deep arm anymore.
Say that again.
I heard something about Pittsburgh going after Ryan.
Silent. I want to hear Anzo. What did you say?
Ben's almost done.
I gotta cut that. Somebody cut that.
Why? I'm facts. Look at his age. Tom Brady should be done. You know.
Yeah.
Tom Brady should be done, but he's not. But Ben had surgery on that arm last year, which is really causing him issues.
Well, it was a sad picture last week when he won. He lost that last game. He sit on the bench with his hands in his pockets, just looking down like. And the commentators say,
"Yeah, because he had a lot to do with that loss."
Will Big Ben come back next year? Wow.
Those are 4 quarterbacks. 4 quarterbacks to credit to Brady, Breeze, Rivers, and one other one. They're all still in there, man. And Ben. They're still in there after all these years.
Yeah, but Breeze looked pretty bad. That last game, he looked pretty bad. I don't know.
Right,
Yeah.
But I'm saying for their age, they're still, performing at.
performing, right? But
Yeah.
you see, and Tom Brady is the exception.
Yep, he's the exception.
Rivers too. Rivers looked good. I mean, it's unfortunate that
Philip Rivers retired though.
Yeah, but with Breeze, how could you come back from all those fucked up ribs and throw a football? You don't notice even his throwing motion.
Yeah, he don't have the arm strength no more.
He looked different, man. It didn't look like he was throwing with comfort. He looked like he was holding back.
He came back, I think, too early.
Yeah,
he's still taking pretty bad hits. And is it King? Is that the wide receiver that was out? They had several things that weren't working for him that game, and I mean,
Brady's playing the best.
Yeah, that's right.
Of the four teams here's the thing. Of the four teams, Tampa Bay's had the easiest road because they faced teams that it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, I don't know what. The Saints aren't the same team because they're banged up. They were missing people. And if it was the same team as before, I think they would have lost. I think Tampa Bay would have lost. Who was the first team they went up against? Oh yeah, Washington. Come on, they've had the easiest road there. Now, granted, that doesn't take it away from them, but they've had the easiest road. If Kansas City makes it to Kansas City or the Bills makes it to the Super Bowl, they've had a harder road than if Tampa Bay goes.
You know why I don't like that? You know why I don't like that argument? Is because if every team had a chance in picking who they're playing, I would say, okay, that's right. But they don't do that. That's something the NFL does. So they can't help.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying with the teams that they've played, that they've had the easiest road. I'm not saying they picked it. I'm just saying they've had the easiest road.
And Danny, to your point, I hear what you're saying, but you have the AFC and NFC, and we're talking both, right? So out of all sides, because one goes against the weakest team, the top seed goes against the weakest team, and when you look at it, Tampa Bay's had the weaker of the teams.
But they gotta change that. Then if that's what's going to be the same thing, that's going to be an argument somebody's making because the division that my team is in is the sorriest out of all of them. They stink it up. We got in there with a 7-9 record. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, but we're not. You can't penalize the team, though. You know what I mean? The good team for that. I'm just saying.
I just think it's totally unfair that the way they got it now, a team that's 7-9 gets before a team that got a winning record. I just think that.
This is my argument with you. It was never a problem in the past. It should not be a problem in the present. You want to change everything? It's not always that each division has winning records.
I know what you're saying, Mendizzle, but sometimes if you're building a car and you see that somebody else's car is building something better or faster, you're going to be crazy just trying to keep building the car your way. You got to, as time goes on and things change, you got to improve and adapt with those times. Just because the rules was good to go 20 years ago in the NFL, doesn't mean they're good to go 20 years now.
I just disagree. Because at one point, this division was the strongest division in football. Right. You just have cycles. You have cycles. You can't always have it being green grass and perfect for everybody. I'm sorry. I
agree with that.
I just think people are just so quick to change everything, and then the game is never the same. I don't want to be in there 7-9, but we did. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. They always say the playoffs is a new season. So what you did in the regular season does not matter anymore. So whether we were 7-9 or 9-7, when we're in the playoffs, we're 0-0 just like everybody else. So we deserve a chance just like you. Now, hopefully that division gets better. But just because they had a few shit years now, all of a sudden, no one from the NFC should be in the playoff. We should organize it that, because the AFC East has 5 teams, 10-6, they should. Bullshit. Then just eliminate the NFC East.
It's the only sport that does that, though, like that. I mean,
basketball have nothing but, and let's see.
What are you talking about?
It's just too much change.
Don't throw me in the fandom zone, but baseball does it the same way.
Yeah,
Baseball takes this.
baseball.
If you win
That's
the division,
baseball. How hockey does it is how hockey does it. How tennis does it is how.
But what I'm
tennis.
saying is that he's saying the NFL is the only one that does it this way. No,
Baseball too.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry,
yeah.
I was copying.
Okay.
Sorry.
But here's the thing. Again, I'm not going to take away that Tampa Bay is where they're at. They won. That's like saying that if, again, I would not have liked it had we lost last week, and it was a very real possibility with Mahomes out. But here's the thing. That's like telling Cleveland fans after they win against the Chiefs, oh, well, you only did it because, well, Mahomes was out. No, you still won. But listen, it's like any other game. Any given Sunday.
Look how the
situations,
Everyone expected the Redskins to go up, but that didn't happen.
Situations week to week change. The thing is that Tampa Bay has faced teams that were not playing their best. They faced a Washington team that if Alex Smith had played, probably would have at least put up a better fight, if not won. And they faced a Drew Brees that was still probably injured, missing a wide receiver. Their defense had a couple guys out. They're going to go up against. They're going to go up against Green Bay, and what's Green Bay missing? And then, not to mention that they're going to be going up against Green Bay without Antonio Brown
in Green Bay.
So there's a lot of factors that, honest to God, if Tampa Bay wins this game, this is going to be the hardest game they have. And
I think
it would not surprise me one bit, and please understand, I'm not talking shit on Brady by saying this. It would not surprise me if they fall flat on their face during this game.
I'm picking Green Bay to win that game.
I am too.
I'm going to say it's going to be the State Farm Bowl, the Packers and the Mahomes and.
Well, okay, then there's my conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah,
and my conspiracy theories work this way. For those people out there who believe that they try to formulate the Super Bowl. Now, it would work either way. Well, here's the thing. It would work either way for the NFC right now. You got Brady against Mahomes, future, not past, but the great future one, as everybody says, future and whatever you want to call him, GOAT, great, whatever. But you get you get the same kind of thing with Rodgers too in Green Bay, because Green Bay and Kansas City have history. First Super Bowl, 51st Super Bowl. I mean, everybody wanted that last year here in Kansas City.
It was a coincidence, though. I wasn't saying that it was constructed.
I'm just saying there's people out there who honestly believe they look for the best TV matchup. And if that's true, it could be either way for the NFC. So we'll see. If that's true, I'm going to tell you right now. If that's true, it's going to be Kansas City and Green Bay.
I believe there's some truth to that.
If it's true, Green Bay and Kansas City is who I think it's going to be. It's a 6-year matchup, I think. Because we know Brady's coming back next year. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Super Bowl and if he wins, he's retiring. I guarantee it. If Brady goes to the Super Bowl and he wins, I think he stays. I think Rodgers wants out on top. I think he wants out on top.
I don't think so. This game, he's making this game look too easy to retire, man.
But remember, what was it, 2 seasons ago? He made it look like it was the hardest thing to ever do.
He didn't quit. So
No, he didn't. I give him credit, but no, I don't know. I'm picking Green Bay because I think Green Bay is the better of the two teams. I think they have less going against them in this.
I think Rodgers wants to give it to Green Bay and said, you drafted a guy that ain't going to see the field. I'm going to keep ripping it up, and that guy's going to keep sitting there and watching me. And if you put him in, everybody will turn on you. Who's got the power? Aaron.
Okay, I got a question for you, Mendizzle.
Let's go.
You said earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you like the way it's currently constructed, and that if it wasn't a problem 10 years ago, it shouldn't be a problem now. Do I understand that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say for instance that it seemed like the status quo was an affirmative action never came into play. But we keep missing jobs and we keep missing jobs and keep missing jobs, and people say, I don't want it to change. And affirmative action never came into play.
But how long has affirmative action been a problem, and how long has this been a problem?
But if we haven't had affirmative
time frame plays a role on that, right?
I'll say that if we haven't had affirmative action, we wouldn't even get a shot now.
Yeah, but Danny, how long has it been going on, affirmative action? How long have we been fighting? Very long time. Yes. This problem with the NFL is maybe a year or two. So why make that comparison? No, this is the first year everybody's crying about a shit.
Are we comparing a 7-9 team to a 200-year-old struggle?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's no
does the white guy have to say that?
You did. You said it.
No, but Danny, it's a bad point. I'm sorry, brother. It's a bad point.
No,
listen.
That's my opinion.
Danny.
What I'm trying to say is times do and must change.
Yes, you have to evolve.
And just because
here's what you do,
Chris. I didn't say nothing when you was talking, so I would ask you to.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to make a point. All I'm saying is that when you see something that's not right and not fair, you got to voice your opinion about it. Only reason I think that you're so aggressive about it because you're a Washington Redskins fan, like I am. But I don't think it's fair that a team that is 12 and whatever should be kicked out or not get a chance to go because a team that's 7-9 is in a division. I think that is totally unfair.
But I think you're wrong, Danny, because if the Eagles made it with that record, I would not be mad. If Giants made it with the record they had, I would not be mad. It is not because I'm a Washington fan. It's because people are too quick to change things. Let something happen for a while, and then if it's a consensus with everybody, then you do it. But not the first year or two or three that it happens.
How long has our division been staking it up?
How long?
Okay, wait.
For the past decade.
Okay.
Hey, hold on.
How long has the East dominated football?
The only thing.
Hold on, Chris. How long has the NFC East dominated football? If you combine all the teams in the league, which division has the most Super Bowls? The NFC East.
Yeah. Every team has one.
So you got to keep that in mind, that this was the most powerful division in football for a long time.
And it will be again.
There was the occasional San Francisco. There was the occasional blah, blah, blah. It's called evolution. They will come back again to dominate. Should all people have said, let's get rid of the Cleveland Browns because they couldn't win a game for decades or more than 3 games? They're a shit team. Why are they even there? Why not disperse all of their players to other teams that make them better and get rid of Cleveland? Why don't we do stuff like that? There would be no Cleveland, no Tampa Bay, no Cincinnati. No, because they used to be good back in
because
why not?
You know why? Because sometimes teams got better general managers and better coaches than other teams.
Let me ask you this, Danny. With your theory of thinking, right? You would never have an 8-8 team win a Super Bowl, and that has happened twice. And they got in over a team that had better records.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Ford Anzo.
Now wait.
Good point. I didn't know that.
And then here's another. The only change that I would ever suggest changing. Listen, if you win your division, yes, you should be in the playoffs. The only thing I would change is where you're positioned in the playoffs.
And I agree.
I don't necessarily believe that you should be given a home game just because you've won the playoffs. If your record is the lowest, you are the lowest record of the playoff teams, even if you won your division. That I would argue that could be changed.
You be on the road throughout the playoffs. I'd agree with you 100%.
I'm with that.
Other than that, here's the thing. This has been set up this way, and like this year, they even expanded it. So how far are you going to go? I mean, it's like, do you keep changing things because you don't like the teams that are in there? Listen, Kansas City missed the playoffs several times because of stupid tiebreakers and stuff. We've lost because we've gone against certain teams, even if maybe what was it, 3 or 4 years ago when we lost home field advantage by like 1 game, and it was because of some weird rule. Even up until we were all hoping that Pittsburgh was going to lose again because we needed them to lose again, because as far as it stood on the AFC tiebreaker side, we weren't going to get the first round bye. But if it hadn't have worked that way, there's certain rules in place, and they go so far into what happens already. That I think that's just showing. Listen, I'm sorry, if your team is 12-4 and you don't make it to the playoffs because the 14-2 team beats you or is in your division. I don't know. It's just, how far do you go to make it so people are happy? If you win your division, you win your division. If it's a shit division, now if let's say if somebody in that division had won with a 4-12 record, if it starts going that far south, maybe I start listening. But 7-9, I mean, it's not a great record.
It's one away from two teams that won Super Bowls.
Exactly. I mean, so it's still, and that's my opinion on the fact. I do agree with a 7-19. If you don't have a winning record, you should not get a home game.
That's like the college football theory too, where it's like everybody bitched and complained. Oh, only 2 teams make it. What about this team? What about this team? Then now it's 4 teams. Same thing with the college basketball, where it's like they bitched and complained. It's 4 teams, 8 teams, 16, 32. Not enough, and they're still bitching and complaining. So
there's that +1. Now there's +1s. There's 2 teams that play in.
Oh, is there? Oh,
there's 4 teams. There's 4 teams that aren't in the top 64 teams that now play 2 games, and those 2 games, the winner of those 2 games goes against the lowest ranked on both sides, and that team then makes it in.
And that was my point. Nobody's ever going to be happy, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you can change it 1,000 times, but until everybody's happy, which is never going to happen.
I like your plan, though, Chris. I like your plan with the.
You should pose that to the NFL.
I like that.
Royalties for that shit, Chris.
That's the only thing that I would ever change about this, because I don't necessarily agree that a 7-9 team should be playing in the playoffs, but that's the rules. That's the rules.
But not get a home game.
Exactly. I don't think it was fair that Tampa Bay had to play Washington in Washington.
It was very awkward.
It was. And not only that, again, Washington, the biggest problem you have with Washington is all the calamity that went on this year with COVID, all the calamity you have with the rotating quarterbacks on that team, and the team change their name, all this stuff that went on. It was very weird to watch that game. And I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it would have been as weird if it had been in Tampa Bay, because I also remember right before that game what happened. The Wednesday before that game.
What happened? I don't remember.
What were you talking about?
Where was the game? Washington, D.C. What happened on the Wednesday at the Capitol? Wow. Again, there was a lot of weird things. I think even in that case, the NFL probably should have said, listen, we're going to move this to Tampa Bay. What could Washington have said about that? Oh, what? No, we want our division. Listen, settle down there. You're 7-9. They're 10. What did the Tampa Bay finish up as? 11-5 or 10-6?
Sure.
But whatever.
10-6.
Chris, you think that's going to be weird? Wait till we watch the Super Bowl. How weird is that going to be? Watching that with no fans and the halftime.
This year's just this year. Out, I'm going to tell you what. No matter what happens this year, no matter who wins the Super Bowl, this year's going to have an asterisk on it. Nobody got their full amount of camp time. There's a lot of teams that probably should have done better that didn't do as good as they should have. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on that, maybe even more to the point, Danny, this is not the year to discuss a change any more than what they already did by adding a couple more wild card teams. Because of all the craziness, we don't know if they were 7-9 because it was crazy or if it was just the team. We don't know if it was if the NFC East was bad because, well, put it this way, what was Dallas going to do if now my brain just went blank.
Dak.
What? Yeah, Dak. If Dak Prescott hadn't have gotten injured, what would have Dallas have done? I mean, there's a lot of factors about this year, and a lot of it could have been attributed to the fact that nobody got to practice or get conditioned up enough that there's just all these questions for this year. This is not the year to look at a change like that. Again, if you start seeing a team win a division with a 4-12 record, there might be something to be said about that. 7-9. 7-9.
4-12.
They're not the first team that's made it at 7-9, are they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I
The
think there's a
Seahawks
couple
made
other
it too.
teams.
And the Seahawks
Yeah.
actually beat the 1 seed, which was the
Yeah.
Saints at the time, and that was a huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so there is some bit of underdog there that, that's a chip on their shoulder. I mean, maybe they think, hey, everybody thinks we're shit. And like Roberto said, once it starts, in fact, Arians even said that if Smith had started, he was facing a 5-1 quarterback. I mean, there's the thing. There's a lot of factors that go into it. I mean, I would not entertain it currently at this time. I think I would entertain a change on where that team plays.
And I'm never one to say, hey, if Smith played, we would have beat them. We lost, and I'm just very proud of what my team did. We didn't expect to do what we did, and there was a little bit of camaraderie where we had to have this team lose and this team win, and it wasn't the best for the NFC East, but for some of these people, and I'm not referring to Danny because he is a Washington fan, so I can't hate on a fellow fan. But there are some people who are hating on our division, and they represent teams that only started coming of age now. And you can't forget football, almost like, I don't want to say that sport that might get me in the zone, baseball. History plays a big role in the sport. And if you forget history, then you're a bandwagoner. So again, I remember they were the glory days, and I said, I make hockey reference. The Montreal Canadiens had sucked for 2 decades now, but they have the most banners on the top of their building of any sport in history. Should they be demolished?
Danny, don't throw me in the Phantom Zone, please. Kansas City
I don't think Danny's here right now. I think he's somewhere
I think we
else.
hurt his feelings, man.
Kansas City Royals.
There he is.
Oh, he's there. Woo!
Kansas City Royals didn't make the playoffs for 29 years. They made it finally, and they made it to the World Series and lost by 90 feet, basically. They won the next year. They were out by the next year after that.
And they got cheated after that.
This team, though.
They got cheated by the Astros, too. Don't forget that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, I think so. When
No.
the Astros were doing their thing.
No. We won the year that they claimed that they did that. We beat them. That was the year we won in 2015. We were out in 2016. We didn't make it that year.
We got for the next. Oh, go ahead,
But what I was going to say is that nobody in this team cared that we had 29 years of crap. When we got there, we were fans. When a team makes it there, they don't care how they made it there. They're fans. And I think that if you take that away from a fan just because of a situation, if it fits in the parameters right now, it fits in the parameters. You're never going to please everybody. And the NFL certainly isn't going to start now trying to do it. They haven't ever tried to do it. They're not going to start now.
Making it hard.
Next question, Dan.
Making it hard, man. That's why I sent super chat, dude. Very hard. And
Question number 10. Has Breeze had enough? Has he had enough? Is he coming back? Is he going to throw in the towel?
He's done. He already said after the season was last season.
No, he said he's going to think about it now. But they did make a good reference that right before he left for the tunnel, he did stop for a second and look back. That could have been a look as like, I don't know. He might have been looking back on like, I'm going to miss it.
When did he say he was coming back?
He hasn't said he's coming back. He says he's going to think about it.
So when did he say he was going to think about it? Because before the playoffs started,
he
said
next
he was
week,
retiring.
People asked him right after they lost to Tampa Bay. He said, it was this your last game? And he says, I'm going to take a week. I'm going to think about it. I don't know. He is still, like I said, probably injured to some extent. And I would say that knowing what I've read about his wife and his family dynamic, his wife's going to look at him and says, listen, why don't you wait until you have to make that decision? Rest up, see how you feel. Because at the beginning of this year, I'm sorry, he was on fire. After he got hurt, it went downhill. So I just wonder if he wants to base, all of this on what he's feeling right now.
I think he's done.
I got a good comparison. My boy Andrew Luck, man, he knew before.
I know.
He was ahead of his time. He's like, screw this, got my money. Bye, everybody. It's nice seeing you. So he didn't even make it past Tom Brady, Drew Brees, whatever. You know what I mean?
But Brady,
longevity's tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough.
Brady, Rodgers, Brees,
and Rivers, who you just said retired. Rivers,
Roethlisberger. Man, that
big.
When you've been around for a while, that's a tough decision. I mean, does anybody remember when these quarterbacks would literally sit there for the whole offseason and think about it? Because they didn't want to leave. Some of these guys, man, I'll tell you right now, Brady, why hasn't Brady retired? Because Brady loves it and he has no reason to retire. That's because he hasn't been hurt really. There's a lot of factors. He hasn't had. Listen, if Brady were to leave this season the way that Brees left, he might be thinking about retirement. But he hasn't had to deal with that. He's never left in some sort of injured condition. And like I said, I guarantee you that Brees is still injured. And I don't know if I were him, I don't know if I'd make that decision yet. Do I think he's gone? Yes, I think he's gone.
I'm starting to learn now as an adult. Now it's like I always used to ask myself, why does Warren Buffett still go to work? He has billions of dollars. Why does Martin Scorsese keep making movies? This guy's like won Academy Awards. It's time to go because there's nothing else to do. Like,
that's what
this
they
is
do.
Their life. This is what they love. You know what I mean? So Tom Brady isn't thinking like, oh, do I need to get to 7? He's thinking like, I want to keep doing this because so I don't have to stay at home with Giselle or whatever, even though, I wouldn't mind that. But you know what I mean? Like it's my life. I don't want to go into coaching yet. So I'm ready.
Even a better way to look at it is like the WWE wrestling. Granted, I know, listen, they're athletes and maybe it's not, it's scripted and all, but why is Ric Flair still even showing up? It's because, well, one, they don't have a retirement plan, so these guys go broke quicker than, a fly dies. And two, that's what they are. That's who they are. Ric Flair is that guy in that robe going, woo, every time you see him. Drew Brees is a quarterback. That decision to say, I'm done. Luck was younger. Luck looked at everything and said, if I keep going, I'm going to die. Steve Young had to be literally pulled aside and said, listen, if you get another concussion, you might not be yourself.
You brought up wrestling too, so I would say the same thing about Edge. Edge wanted his last match to be against Christian, but they said, dude, if you get one more, concussion that he had, then you're done. You can't do it. So he had to leave early too. So that's a little different.
But he came back.
Yeah, but they come back in it's. I think Breeze is done, but man, I know that decision for him. I spent 4 weeks before I gave a final answer if I was going to leave the military or not. I'd spent 10 years. I didn't really have anything to stay for. But I was sitting there going like, man, if I stay for 10 more years, I can retire and it's easy from there. But did I want to stay 10 years and just be shipped around here to there, to here to there, to here to there? There was a lot of things I had to factor in, but it wasn't like I said the day that they said, okay, well, you're going to have to sign a new contract coming up. And, I spent time thinking about it. It was a life decision. This is a life decision for Breeze.
Chris, though, do you love the military? Do you love going to work? Like, do you really, like Martin Scorsese loves making movies?
If I had been able to continue to do what I was supposed to do when I signed up, I would have loved it. Yes.
Oh, that's what's about, man.
But it's like my DJ. I still DJ. I've been DJing since I was 14. I'm going to be turning 43. Yeah, 43 this year. Wait, no. Yeah, 43 this year. Wait, no, 44. Sorry. I can't even remember how old I am now. I'm going to be turning 44 this year. So this is going on 30 years I've done that. Every time I go and I hook up my system and I play, I don't feel like I'm at work. I don't feel like I'm working at all. I am, like, tomorrow night when I play Name That Tune, when I play music on that, I don't feel like it's work. It's fun. That's what I love doing. That's who I am inside. It's music. It's like YouTube. It's fun. It's not a job. It's what I love to do. And that's the thing. Breeze loves football. That's a big decision to walk away from it. And yeah, 3 years from now, he's going to be a coach somewhere.
You're going to be a coach or a coordinator or a manager like Elway. Still in there.
It's not like he's going to leave the game forever.
Or a commentator.
I almost see Breeze being a commentator over anything, especially that that 7-figure contract.
It's secure.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I think if we just all were to sit here and say, oh yeah, he's done, we're not putting into it the thought that he's probably putting into it. If he had been done, he would have said, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's much more than that.
Giselle had complained that Brady had X amount of concussions. He's not home with his family. You won 6 Super Bowls. You're the GOAT. What are you doing? Doing what I love. I'm playing football. That it goes beyond all those tangible things. Like, don't you have a family? Don't you have, I'm tired of your concussions and all that. It's like, they'd rather be dead, I guess, than give it up.
Okay. All right, and
question 11. Can Buffalo beat the Chiefs?
No.
Can they?
Chris.
Can they? Sure. Sure they can. Will they? I don't think so. I mean, if I'm honestly looking at it, again, our defense, there's something about this team that when it comes to this playoff time, that defense does just enough to do what it has to do. And that's always going to be our question is does the defense step up? This offense, if everybody's there, we're getting Breland back this week, we're getting Edwards back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We're getting most of the guys back. I think we're even getting Watkins back. I'll have to look that up. But if we have everybody there on the offensive side, I think that we can stay ahead of them, and I think this defense stops Buffalo once or twice. I don't think they will, but can they? Sure, anybody can. Listen, God forbid Mahomes goes down again. If Mahomes goes out, I don't see Henny going blow to blow with
Buffalo.
Their quarterback.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, thank you, Allen. I said Edwards, and I wanted to say Edwards. But Josh Allen, I don't see Henny going blow for blow with Edwards. Look at the pass that he threw. It was an interception in the touch in the end zone. He threw it inside. It should have been thrown outside. There's a big difference in the type of quarterback you're getting. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong for Kansas City in this game that would make it possible for Bills to win. But I don't think that enough's going to happen. I think that the offense is going to be just fine. And I think the defense, they've done what they've needed to do. I mean, they just took down the number one rushing team.
Yeah, everybody take care, man. It was great show. Awesome show. Have fun. Enjoy the fights and games.
Later, Josh.
Later.
Take care, Josh.
Later.
And then there are 4. Well, my answer is no, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think they have a good chance. I think it's going to be a good close game. Could Buffalo do it? It would have to be because Kansas City fucked up, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
I concur. Last question. Who will be in the Super Bowl? Which team, which quarterback will be in the Super Bowl?
I think you have it set up perfectly right there.
The 2 on the right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I think. I honest to God, though, either of those matchups would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Any team that goes at this point is going to make a great Super Bowl, I think.
I agree.
Well, I wouldn't be mad at anyone. We've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes, talking nothing but football, a little bit of basketball. I think we had 3 basketball questions, the rest were football. Before we go, I'm going to go around the chat, let everyone shout out their channel. I'm going to start with Mr. Roberto Mendizzle. Go ahead, sir. Tell people where they can find you and what's going on.
Thank you, Danny. You can find me and my fellow partner upstairs, Mr. Anzo, Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock. OOC, we get shit off of our chest. We allow our comments or people in the comments area to speak their piece as well. Welcome them on our show. So happy to be back on Danny's show today. Looking forward to next Saturday so I can get my life back in order. And that's where you can find me, yo.
Good deal, good deal. Next will be Mr. Chris Knight. Tell the people they can find you at, sir.
Real Review 3000 is a channel. Chaos Central is another channel you can find me at with Danny, Anzo, and Roberto. You guys do the OOC on there sometimes, so I will count Roberto on that too. Danny, great to have you back. I'm glad that we're going back with this, and looking forward to Mondays again. But yeah, thank you for having me on again. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Next will be a main man, Mr. Anzo of Bigger Ford Entertainment. Tell people they can find you at Anzo. What's going on?
Yeah, guys, Bigger Ford Entertainment's the channel. Tomorrow we got One Division Roundtable, so check that out. And like Chris said, Chaos List, Chaos Conversation, and sorry, and the show formerly known as The Rule of Three. So OOC also with Roberto, so we definitely have some things going on. I hope you guys enjoy it. Check us out whenever you can. Danny, great show today. Good to have you back. Square one, baby.
Thank you. And I am Danny, aka Comet Chat. This is my show, Square One, along with the 3 gentlemen you see here below. Also, Josh, we missing Mad Mardigan. Tomorrow we'll be on Anzo's show on Bigger Ford Entertainment, the One Division Roundtable. Whoop-de-doo.
And make sure you
tells me he didn't like this episode.
Not about the show. I'm not saying what about the show. The show is awesome.
No, I know. Make sure to check it out because Danny's gonna have some shit to say, boy.
So if you don't like negative talk about that particular show, then I suggest you don't tune in.
No, tune in. Always tune in.
Well,
okay. Don't tell people not to tune in.
Well, tune in, but I'm going to say stuff that might hurt some people's feelings. That's all I'm going to say.
Listen, don't bring your feeling.
That's it. Yeah, don't bring your feeling. Remember, it's only opinions.
Monday, I'll be back on my show, Chaos Conversation. We'll be doing the top 5 Star Wars characters, our favorite top 5. It doesn't matter whether it's EU, canon, whether it's cartoon,
movie.
whether it's movie, live action, whatever genre, whatever medium, whatever platform that you saw a Star Wars character on. It could be a damn action figure in Walmart. If you saw it, you like it, you researched it, and it just want to be in your top 5, then it could be in your top 5. There are no restrictions to that. Tuesday, you can see us on the Chaos List, which is Anzo's show. He has very stimulating questions that he asks. Then we go into Wednesdays. Well, it used to be Rule of 3, but we try to come up with a new name. So if you have any new names that would involve a 4-man team, please shoot them to us on our DMs. We're trying to figure out something. We're playing around with something now. Some of us like it, some of us not so much. But like I say, several shows. Last night we did something. I'm going to call it an Equilibrium episode. So we're going to try and bring Equilibrium back. Me, Anzo, Terrence, and JJ was on there last night. It was a pretty good conversation. So, like I said, a lot of material, a lot of content. I know you can't watch it all, but pick 1 or 2 shows that you like. Support us. We definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And until next Saturday, we are out of here. And I'm trying to see where is the damn outro.
Look at this.
It's been a while.
We ain't got no more words for brothers that be stepping in front. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I and I for 95, 96.